Alright, I think we are live. Let's see. We sure are. Right. Looks like everything's going pretty well. Stream is up. Okay, there we go. It has embedded in the tweet. Right. Right. It looks like, yeah, we are live. We've got music going right now. Hopefully it's not too loud. It doesn't sound that loud for me, so I think it shouldn't be that loud for you guys at home. Also, the thumbnail's a lie. I'm not live in Detroit. I know. Why would someone lie like that? Anyways, welcome to stream, everyone. We're playing Subway Builder again. I've been playing a lot offline, and I decided to do Detroit because it's a very easy. I think Detroit's a very easy city to build in because it just everything fans out from downtown. Um, I have not even started naming the lines or anything. But I've built out the lines to the extent that I think they should be built out too. Someone from Detroit's gonna have a heart attack at just how bad this is, but that's fine. We have our north to south line. Well, actually, this is not north to south. This is like east to west. This one goes all the way out to Pontiac. I didn't want to extend it out to Pontiac, but I did. It goes Pontiac right into downtown Detroit. Does someone go out to the airport? No, it does not. One of these goes out to the airport. I think it's this one. Yup. And this one's goofy because it has like this weird bend in it right there. This line is very strange. It goes out here, and then splits off into two there. This section is Hammond Track. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, this is Hammond Track right here. Look at how much demand is there. My God. Man, if only we had elected officials who would want to do something like that. So is that music a bit too? Nah, the music sounds fine. But everything seems to be running well. I'm gonna restart the game just because it's being a little funny. But I've built out all the lines, and now we just have to what is it called? Oh yeah, just install routes on them, I guess. Oh, that's -5. That should not be that low. Yeah, hopefully everyone is having a good Saturday. Hopefully I don't sound too loud, the music's not too loud. I guess we'll build a crossover right here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe the game's not gonna let me. There we go. Oh, come on. What do you mean it's too short? Now it should be fine. Yup. Yeah, Detroit is a very interesting city. It's like really well laid out. It has the bones for like a really good city, but just depopulation over time and lack of like high quality transit really hurts the city. Oh, come on. There we go. But there's surprisingly a lot of demand here when it comes to workers. There's some place like this right here, like what is that? I don't know. But there's some areas like this is industry, right? That has to be industry. But you come up to towards like Hammond Track up this way. Like what the fuck is that? That's got to be like an auto plant or something. And you come down here, there's a, you know, there's some solid worker demand. But you come out here towards is it Hamtramck? Am I calling it wrong? Am I calling it the wrong thing? What is it called? Ham. I have no idea. We're gonna do text to speech.
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck. Oh my god, I've been calling it the wrong thing this entire time. Oh, I feel stupid. Hamtramck, Michigan has like a shitload of worker demand. I assume that's a auto plant. That's probably another auto plant. What is that up there? Hold on a sec. I don't know. It's all like auto plant industry, and then obviously you have the offices downtown. That's more than likely another auto plant. And there's some industry out like this way. Where was it? Was it up by the airport? I don't remember where it was. Oh yeah, right here. I don't know what half of this shit... Okay, that's a mall, but like what is half of this shit? There's a lot of demand for workers out here. Anyways, oh, we got more people in the stream. Welcome. Hopefully the music is not too loud for you. I say that as the music is just muting because it's the end of the song. We are doing Detroit today. I kind of got bored of my Cleveland save. I basically built it to the extent that I wanted to. And then I was like, eh. I wish this game was a bit smoother. Like, zooming in and out just feels weird. We'll put a cross over there. I think if it will let me add one there. But I've been enjoying this game. I can't wait to see what some of the mods bring. One of my mutuals, I think it's Piero on Twitter, is trying to mod in Toronto to this game. So that'll be interesting to see. Okay, I put down the crossovers there, crossovers there. It's a shame Canada isn't this in if I could speak. It's a shame Canada isn't in this game, because I would extend the metro over into Canada and have the first cross-border metro. What's up this way? Oh yeah, it's this goofy line I built for no reason. Where even is this in relativity to Detroit? How far out are we? Oh, we're very far out. I was getting so far out, and the distances between stations was so big that the game was saying that the track was too long. Yeah, if you build the track like this, it says the minimum length is 5,000 meters. Now, where does this run out to? This runs down to Woodward Ave. And then out this way. Okay. I didn't do the airport yet. I like this name. It auto-generated a name for the airport. And it is arrival traffic / ground transportation / short and long-term parking. What a mouthful of a metro station name that is. This is an airport traffic, ground transportation, short and long-term parking bound 7 train. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Oh, come on, let me place it. What do you mean it's too short? That's definitely a bug the creator has to fix. There we go. I still have to go through and name a lot of these stations because they're all messed up. There's one area, I don't remember where it is, but there's like 4 stations with the same name in a row. We have International Drive. Okay, this is going to be... I don't even know what terminal it is, it doesn't matter. Detroit Metropolitan Station. We'll just do Terminal 1. I'm sorry, long ass name, but you gotta go. Arrival traffic, no. Terminal 7. Someone will understand the reference, hopefully. Did I do it down here? Yeah, I did. Yep. I don't think it... No, I haven't done it over here yet. I don't think I'm going to extend these lines. I don't think there's really a need to. Demand kind of tapers off. I do wonder what Detroit would have looked like if it had gotten a one of those metro systems built in like the 70s, 60s, 70s. If Detroit had a metro system that what were they called? The it was whatever that bill was that Johnson passed, the American Great Society's Metro, that's what it is. If Detroit got a Great Society's Metro, I do wonder what it would look like today. If Detroit would have the same population loss as it does. I think Detroit would have remained a city over 1 million people, but it definitely would have had similar population loss to like Philadelphia or Chicago, where it lost like a decent amount of people, but it didn't go beneath 1 million. I think, right? I think that's it, right? We did Pontiac up here, didn't we? Yep. God, a metro line going to Pontiac is so goofy. All right, time to build the blueprints, and we will create new routes. Okay, this one will be D1. Be blue. It's heavy retro. Yeah, metro, not retro. There we go. It'll be rounded. So should it be... I think we'll do 1. We'll do it letters or numbers, not like D1. Oh, this is gonna be this is gonna be insane. This is gonna go from there up this way to here. Okay, cool. I did it correctly. Hopefully, I don't get copyright striked for using this music. Oh well. I searched up royalty-free jazz music, and this is what came up. So, hopefully you don't get screamed at by a lawyer. Someone's lawyer. What line is which? Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there's quite a few interchange stations here. We're gonna be Gucci. How far out does this go? Yeah, just out to the airport. I feel like if they were to build a metro line, like if you were to build a 1 metro line in Detroit, I think it would either be a line out to the airport through Dearborn, or one up to like one going north, or not north to south, east to west. I'd probably have it go out, branch out to Hamtramck, or Hammond, whatever the, however you can pronounce that place. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Detroit's a nice city. I've never been to Detroit. I've barely been to Michigan at all. I've only been to the UP, and that was like maybe a mile inside of the in the Upper Peninsula. I don't remember when that was. I think that was like 2013, 2014. There was like a family friend of my aunt and uncle that me and my dad tagged along with to visit. And she lives like 30 minutes from any civilization in this secluded forest with like her own personal little lake. It was awesome. And we were there for like a couple days. And one day I was like, I can't keep eating fish. I don't like fish. So we went to a restaurant in the Upper Peninsula. It took us 30 minutes to drive out of her little forest area, and then like an additional 10 minutes to like the nearest town. I think it was like Escabana or something. And we drove up there, and we went to this fish fry, and they were out of fish. How do you have a fish fry and run out of fish? Beyond me, but that might be one of the longest lines I've ever made in this game. My God. I wonder if it makes sense to connect these two lines together here. That'd be very interesting. I don't think I'm gonna do it, but I could have like a little branch here and have one of these lines go up to here. Nah, fuck it. So that is line 1. Create a new route. This one will be line 2. We'll go down from there. And then all the way up here. Here we go. Yeah, that works. Hey, welcome to the stream, Ghostly Ranger. We come down here. Why did I? Why does it skip this? What is this? Is this like that looks like a central business district, but I don't know. I also like the design of these like weird suburbs. I don't know what this. It looks goofy. It's just like surrounded by a round of everything. The roundabout is surrounded by just like all that housing. Wow, I'm very bad at explaining things. There we go. Yeah, this looks pretty good so far. We have our little north-south lines. And then I keep calling this, yeah, a roundabout. That's what it is. Have our goofy little north-south lines. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. What the hell? Okay. But we are playing Detroit today. Um, I got bored of my Cleveland save from yesterday. I basically completed it. You know, I've done everything I wanted to do. I think that's one of the things. Like one of the issues with this game is that just like once you build something, it's just kind of like, oh, I've done that. Okay, what next? You know, um, maybe that's just me though. But I thought Cleveland or Detroit was a much more interesting city to build in because you kind of like everything fans out from downtown, and so it's a lot easier to like, oh, okay, here's a line where a line can go. That's, you know, that makes more sense. Uh, yeah, we did that. And then I guess we start coming up this side. Yeah, hopefully I am doing this correctly. But yeah, Detroit is one of those cities that's just kind of like, man, I wish this had double the population it did. Unless you want to start over. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe I'll have, you know, more fun in the, what? Is this another central business district that I'm skipping? No, I don't want to exit out of this and then have to start all over. But yeah, once you basically, you know, finish a game. Yeah, I mean, I heard that he was gonna onboard more developers now that the game is, like, fully, like it's out and he's collecting money from it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder what's gonna happen. Uh, I would like to see trams, or at least like the ability to have street running. For like the light metro. That'd be cool. So far we have line 1, line 2, and then we're gonna have, looks like probably line 3 here. Come up this way. You want to know what? Glad successful? Yeah, I'm glad it's successful too. Hopefully this spurs a lot more development into the game. trying to think of what I would do here. Commuter rail. I would like to see this guy make a new game that's just like this, but entirely intercity rail, like sleeper trains, high speed rail, conventional rail. I think that would be really cool. I mean, I guess that's basically what NIMBY Rails is, but NIMBY Rails I don't think is that realistic. But I've never played it. I've only heard anecdotal things from people. What if we were to make this the bracket, the left bracket line? I'll have it go up this way. There we go. An entire network. Yeah, that would be insane. Building out like different service patterns, like locals, express trains, skipping yeah, that'd be cool. I'm just thinking like of building out like a small like regional train that would connect a city to like a bunch of small towns that have like populations of a few hundred people. And then building out like high-speed rail and having like a massively integrated rail network. That'd be cool as shit. I know NIMBY Rails, like I just said, NIMBY Rails does that, but I don't think it's that realistic from what I've heard. God, the gap between these stations is insane. I probably should have put a station right there, but it's too late. We'll pretend that those people were NIMBYs and didn't want the station. And then do that. Exploding population. Yeah, that could possibly happen. Definitely would love to see a version, or like I don't know if it should be added or not, but like building a metro and it affects like growth. But I feel like at that point you're building you're playing like city skylines type of game at that point. Transport Fever City Skylines. I believe we're close to the end here. Here we go. Oh, it takes 52 minutes to get end to end. That's not that bad. We have the red, the blue, the green. I'm not sure what this line's color going to be. I'm not sure if I should have this fully interline all the way down to here, or if I should have this come down here and then there'd be a section of track there. Transfer 2. Yeah, you should try and get it at some point. It's really fun. I've put way too much time into it. I probably have like 3,000 hours in that game. Honestly, I would wait for Transport Fever 3 to come out. That game looks pretty fun. It looks like it's just the same as 2, but with a lot more quality of life improvements. Which, we love to see it. And so, yeah, I think right now it's like $40, which is, it's a little expensive. I think it'll probably go on sale probably at the end of November, because that's when Steam typically has their giant sale. Oh my god, I forgot this. The stop spacing between these stations was insane too. We have a station in the middle of an interstate there. I mean, it's underground, so it's not that big of a deal, but goofy. Oh my god, how far out did I build this line? Dear lord. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It should go on sale. I don't know how much it'll go on sale for, but it should be cheap. There we go. Level train moment. Yeah, pretty much. Man, I don't know. I think this is a good station placement adjacent to the stadium. I love how you can even tell that that's the stadium on here. It's pretty funny. I think is that Little Caesars Arena? No, that's Little Caesars Arena. I love how detailed it is too. That's where is it though? Oh, I forget who plays there. The Pistons. I think it's the Pistons that play there. And we have 2 lines left, it looks like. I'm still wondering if how should I interline these? If I should have the train go all the way here to here. Ford Field is the football stadium. Yeah, it's Ford Field's football stadium. I don't know what their baseball stadium is called. And then you have Little Caesars Arena. Do they have a soccer stadium? An MLS team? MLS. Detroit City FC. City FC. Stadium. That's their stadium? That's their that's the Detroit FC stadium? Really? I heard you could demolish famous landmarks like Apple Campus. Yeah, I saw that. You can delete you can delete the White House, which is pretty funny. Oh, piss off. Stop telling me to disable my ad blocker. What's this? Alumni Field. Lumini 5 Field? I don't know. That looks pretty cool. Oh, and it's like right next to the old Amtrak station. And they even have a train there too. Interesting. Hey, maybe we should develop around this and, you know, maybe build commuter rail to it. Yeah, Ford Field is American football. This is the MLS team. That is a tiny state. What the hell? Okay, there's no way this is the Detroit MLS team stadium. Please tell me this is a lie. Soccer team Detroit City FC inherited a crowd-based investment program to renovate and rehabilitate the stadium. This is the Detroit FC stadium? Wow. That's crazy. This looks like a high school football stadium. Oh my god. Like this looks like it's in worse condition than my high school football stadium. Okay, but that's cool. That's like that's actually pretty cool. This small part, I think that's uh Hamtramck. I forget how you pronounce this.
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck. Like Hamtramck having their own like little soccer stadium right in front of all these row houses is pretty cool. Wow, they've got a really awesome city flag. The Kworth Stadium. That is just crazy to me that that is their soccer stadium. Can I find it on here? Where's Hamtramck? It's right up here. Speaking of Luton Town, I don't know what that is. Oh, Luton Town, England. Oh yeah, it looks like it's just built like right into the. Oh my god, yeah. That's crazy. That looks awesome. Is this a mall? No, I forgot. That's a like a steel mill. Hamtramck. I gotta remember how to pronounce that. It's Hamtramck. Look at like all demand that's all the way over here in Hamtramck. That's a lot of demand. It's like a massive. It's just built up. It's not insanely populated, but it's just well built up. How am I gonna do this? I I don't know. We're gonna do something silly. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do anything silly. We're just gonna interline. I don't want orange. Orange looks really weird. We'll do purple. A lot of workers. Yeah, there's. Well, Hamtramck. Like if you look at the at Earth, if we go back to Google Earth. So like here's your average, Detroit neighborhood. There's a lot of green in here because there's been a lot of houses that've been abandoned and demolished. And you look at Hamtramck and it's just like, whoa, there's no green. It's just all houses caked on top of each other. Like the population density here is kind of crazy. And there's their football stadium right there. Where were those buildings that we saw? Maybe I was looking at a different stadium in that photo. That's just crazy. That there's like a stadium just right here. Yeah, it's all concrete. Man, these houses are just stacked on top of each other. And of course, because there's, abysmal public transportation, there's so many cars in the streets. Man, these houses look pretty cool. This one looks nice. So does that one. That one looks interesting. Huh. It's like all brick. Yeah, there's their soccer stadium. I wish there was an like an Amtrak station right here. I'm pretty sure this is how trains get to Pontiac, right? No. How do trains get the... Where's Pontiac? Pontiac's right here. And there's Royal Oak. That might have been the place that we saw earlier. Right? Yeah, is this Royal Oak? Yeah, why didn't I build a station here? God, I'm stupid. Oh well. I must not have been paying attention anyways. What were we doing? Oh, we were editing the purple line. Anyways, we're gonna get a little silly here, and we're just gonna have an inner line all the way down to the bottom. Oh, we got 6 people watching. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Please do not leave, but my title is a lie. I am not live from Detroit. So if you are someone watching from Detroit and you're like, oh, this guy's a fucking phony, I'm sorry. We are building a subway in Detroit though. The worst subway you've ever seen, but it's practical. Forgive me because I do not know a lot about Detroit at all. Muir Ave, interesting. Yeah, I know. I'm making it. I'm up in the big leagues. 5 viewers. Watch out, XQC. I'm coming for ya. Do people even watch that guy anymore? I don't know. I think so. How many... I'm just sitting here thinking about how many people's brains are just turning into mush watching that guy. I wonder what this is. That looks pretty interesting. That had to have been like some park back in the day. Before the depopulation hit Detroit. There we go. Yeah, this looks pretty good so far. And then we have this line. I'll probably just have it interlined with the blue. Watch who? XQC. He's just he's a like a weirdo streamer. Should we just call this the teal line? No, we'll call this the silver line. The silver 6. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I'm terminally online, so I know who some of these people are. Oh, my voice is hurting now. hopefully everyone who's watching is having a great evening. I guess you can call it evening because it's 4:20 right now. I'm building this right? Yeah. I don't know. I'm loosely basing this off of a map that I saw of like what a Detroit metro should look like. Oh yeah, that's right. The stop spacing gets goofy. There we go. Oh my god, 43 stops so far. Dear lord. Whoops. And then... oh, we're at 50 already. We're gonna have to buy a shitload of trains. Oh my god. Because these lines are so long. Whoops. Oh, we're close. We're close to the end. There we go. Alright. We have our, like, goofy ass Detroit metro built. Now let's start loading these lines with trains. We're gonna have to buy... I think we'll do 5-car trains. Detroit's not that big. Oh, I wish you could do this faster. I think we'll buy 350. One train for 151-minute frequency. Oh dear lord. 10 trains give us 15-minute frequency. Oh my god. Okay. How much does 10 give us? 14? 15. I think that's good enough for now. So that's line 1. Then we're gonna go to line 6. Hey, thankfully we don't need as many trains this time. Whoops. We need to buy like 1,000. Oh dear god. I think we'll buy 550. There we go. And then we'll do, I guess 18 there? 20? That's fine. We'll bake in a couple extra. And then 15. Okay, that's cool. So that's the silver and the blue. And then we'll go to line 5. Okay, thankfully I don't need as many trains for this line. There we go. Might need a couple more for the green. Maybe not. Yeah, everything looks fine so far. So let's say we did the purple, the green, the blue, silver. Now we just need to do the red and the orange. Or red and the orange. I cannot. Red and yellow. Jesus, man. My brain is slowly turning to mush playing this game. I think that's fine. Actually, you want to know what? We're going to increase low demand to 8 minutes. Because this doesn't interline with anything. Oh, this one's going to be crazy. Okay, maybe not. We do a train every 5 minutes for peak. Medium will be every 8. And low will be every 8. There, that's pretty good. Let's take a look at our route ridership. Everything should be running. Right, the blue line is the first one to get some riders, 202. We'll wait for every line to appear. Let's take a look at station ridership. Okay, actually, I didn't look. I wonder. Let's take a vote. Let's guess what station is gonna have the highest ridership. My guess is that it's probably gonna be. Oh God, I don't know. I'm gonna say Woodward Avenue is gonna have the highest ridership. There's gonna be so many people transferring from these two to Woodward and then either down here or up this way. I think it's gonna be Woodward. Not this Woodward. This one needs to have its names changed. We'll do it Metro Center because I'm original. The red line is currently in the lead for ridership. I guess I should say Route 2. Surprisingly, the yellow is not getting a lot of ridership. Interesting. I wonder why. No, it's going up there. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling purple wouldn't be that strong just because. I mean, it's a branch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations compared to the green line. Whoa, silver is in second now, blue's in first. Interesting. Alright, I hope you guys had your votes in, because we're going to take a look at the station ridership. And, oh, I was way off. Garriott Avenue is the busiest. Interesting. Okay, what is our busiest non-transfer station? It's got to be, like, one of these two, right? Yeah, our busiest is Larned. How do you pronounce this? Larned? I have no idea. This is our busiest station, though. Wow, there is a lot of driving demand. Okay, red line is now our most used by a long shot. Interesting. Oops. I almost broke the stream there. Yeah, everything looks pretty good so far. The blue, I'm not surprised by the high ridership on the blue. This one goes through Dearborn, I believe. Again, really makes me wish we had labels. I'm gonna keep saying that until the end of time. Or at least until they get added to the game. Because I think this goes through Dearborn. A worker ridership. There's a lot of workers over here. A lot of these people are walking. Driving, all modes. Okay. I do wonder if in the future we should build a line that connects these together, like a radial. Route ridership. And the red line's doing pretty good. That's what, 30,000 a day? That's not too bad. I'm not surprised the purple is the lowest, though. Still, every line has over 10,000. You guys can tell I am starting to get bored already because we have just built out like the entire thing. There's some demand here. Yeah, the purple line, the purple and green are kind of radial-ish, but they only go around half of this way and not here. Station ridership. Garriott Avenue, holy shit, almost 40,000. Yeah, this one, not surprised that it has a lot of ridership either. Well, some of these up here are insane. 4,000? And then we have Pontiac, downtown Pontiac, 1,000. Some of these along the lakefront too, like 5,000. That's actually, that's in pretty. 13,000 at this random station in the middle of like suburbia. And then both terminal stations have decent ridership too. What is our least used station? Let's see. St. Joseph Street. How do I teleport to it? That's it. That's our least used station. Why is that our least used station? What the hell? That's interesting. It's in a fairly... It looks like it's in a fairly walkable area. Yeah, our consecutive, like, bottom 5 least used stations are all on the yellow. Which is surprising, because the yellow line is not even the least used line, it's purple. Huh. Garriott's. We'll rename this one. 7 Mile Road. Oh my god, there's so many places named Garriott here. 11 Mile Road? Little Mac. Is that a boxer? Oh, shit. Probably should save the game in case I accidentally do that again and I can't get back. Rename that one. Where is... This one will be called Metro Center, actually. There we go. This one will be called... Famous Detroit Tiger Players. Greatest Detroit Tigers players. Okay, you wanna know what? We'll call this one the... I don't know. We'll call this one the, Whitaker. There we go, Whitaker. Named after the guy who played for the Detroit Tigers. Pulaski, Lehman Street. And we'll call this... I think we'll change the name of Lehman Street to... Hamtramck. Hamtramck. I had it read it to me earlier and I still can't pronounce it properly. Track center. It's not even in the center of the city, but whatever. How many of these are called Woodward Ave? Okay, that one. No. Boston Boulevard. Another Woodward Ave? Oh dear God. Another one. There we go. Woodward Ave 2. Woodward Ave the second. Oh my fucking... Old Woodward Ave. Old. Get off my screen. Oh my God. There's another one. Nebraska Ave, okay. Let's take a look at these ones. We have Henry Street. Is that named after Henry Ford? That must be. Grand River. Imagine living in this fucking neighborhood. Just surrounded on every side by an interstate. There's no reason for that. This is what I hate so much about Detroit, because it's like, hey, look at this neighborhood. Every side is encased by interstate. Every side is encased by interstate. Every side is encased by interstate. We have to build interstate everywhere. Supposedly, Michigan DOT wants to get rid of this one. But like every fucking DOT, they're like, what? Whoa, we don't really want to get rid of it. It's like, dude, it's a highway that no one uses and could be used as prime, like, development space to build a bunch of brand new housing. Personally, I think the city should come in here and, like, build public housing. Cheap public housing for people. Riviera Street, Kentucky Ave. Southfield. Pembroke. That's where... That's down in Florida. I know people who live down there. Southfield Fort. Oh my god, there's so many places called Fort Street. Holy shit. Sycamore? Pennsylvania Road. I'm gonna intentionally piss someone off by calling it this. Someone's gonna get very mad. Sycamore. That will confuse someone. Goddard. Just because it says Goddard, we're gonna do this. Only the real ones who grew up watching that will understand the reference. What are we in, Milwaukee? Miller Road? That's one city I was kind of bummed out that wasn't here from the beginning, was Milwaukee. John C. Lodge Drive. Okay, we're gonna Google who this guy is. John C. Lodge. No, I don't care the freeway, I just want to know who John C. Lodge is. Oh, he was mayor of Detroit from 1922 to, from 1922 to 1923 and 1924 to 1927. Okay, so he was just mayor from 22 to 1927, or 1929. He spent over 30 years on the Detroit City Council and died in 1950. And he was born in 1862. That's crazy. Imagine being alive that long. Can you imagine? Being born during the Civil War and dying when, like, people are watching shit on television. Oh, he was a member of the Republican Party. He wasn't the guy who was mayor when they proposed the subway funding. Oh god, that's gonna be very loud. I have Twitter open because I had the tweet that I'm live. And I saw this just come in. Because I have post notifications for... Holy shit. Yeah, that doesn't look fun. I don't think they're dead. That's like when I saw that explosion, I think it was yesterday. I was like, "Oh my god, that's the most dead anyone has ever been." But that helicopter crash, nah, they look fine. Maybe could be dead, but that looked survivable to me. We only have 4.6% taking transit. Yeah, well, that's because I don't have buses and no commuter rail and intercity rail. And 10% of people are walking. No shit. There is a train at capacity. Okay, so we're actually getting our main lines are getting worse ridership than Cleveland, than the Cleveland map I had yesterday. But we're serving like way more people. I have 3 lines over 20,000. I don't think I had multiple lines over 20,000 in that game. Also, hopefully you guys like the jazz music. I just wanted something that was royalty free. But yeah, I like this map. I guess I should show you guys what we were doing in Clevelandia. I think I built all of this out on stream, didn't I? Or most of it? I think so. Maybe I didn't have this gray line out here. Or the silver line. We have more people than are Detroit taking transit, it looks like. Yeah, there's definitely some denser lines. Lakewood is just coming in clutch with ridership. I could probably extend that line out further, but the game is very weird if you try to do that. Yeah, but this map is looking pretty fire. You wanna know what's a very surprise to me? A very big surprise. This station having like 2,000 riders. Very interesting to me. What's our least used station? Mount Carmel on line 6 right here is our least used station. That's very odd. Because there's definitely housing around here. Strange. I guess we can play Twin Shitties. Oh wow, this is taking a while to load. That's not good. You guys can grab a coffee and come back, and this will probably still not be loaded. Okay, come on, it's gotta load faster than that. Have Have we played this map in a while? I don't think we have. So this is Twin Shitties. There's a lot of people driving, but you know, there's 80,000 people taking transit. Station ridership. Yeah, this is still one of my more impressive stations right here. 48,000 people. River Parkway. This station gets a shitload of ridership. And because of that, it's the University of Minnesota. Surprised there isn't more tall buildings rendered on this side, because that side of the Mississippi is getting a lot of buildings. Oh, there's some right there. Let's actually take a look on Google Earth. Yeah, I keep forgetting. This part of Minneapolis is like growing kind of crazily. Yeah, there's a lot of like new tall buildings and whatnot. I don't know what this empty lot is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be more apartment complexes. But yeah, everything's just growing here. I do not go down to this side of Minneapolis that often. I should. It's nice. This building is always weird to me. I've always wondered what the f that is up there. That's got to be like some kind of ventilation thing. Krasmarkuk Deli. Interesting. I've never heard of that before. They have a skyway over here? Huh. Here's the Hennepin Avenue Bridge with the iconic Grain Belt beer sign. That's been there. That has to have been there for like a long time. Am I blind? Have I never seen these buildings before? I don't know. These buildings do not look familiar to me at all. Whoa. We were just like encroaching on this guy and his little dog. Yeah, there's a lot happening down here. That's I forget how tall this building is. It's like 400 something feet tall. But that's a new building. Upstairs Circus. I've never been there before. I don't think I've ever been to the Red Rabbit either. Sex World. I don't think that place is open anymore. I could be wrong. Is it? Hold on a sec. South. Okay. South Metrolink. Hi, Phil. I thought there was an MTA bus for a second. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then I remember we have the bus plant in St. Cloud. Yeah, there's a lot of development that's been happening here in Minneapolis. We have the North Loop Green. These people must be pissed that the commuter rail is going away. I forget how tall this building is. It's like over 300 feet tall. There's the North Star down here. Me and my ex at the me and my partner at the time were traveling through Minneapolis. We went to eat out at a pizza place down here, and I wanted to get a really good look at the North Star. And so me and them walked right to here, and we wanted to just get close to North Star tracks, see if there's any trains down there, take a photo. And there's a security lady who was right here who was like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm like, and I had to lie, and I'm like, we're looking for the light rail station, even though I know it's like right up here. And she's like, oh, it's up there. And I'm like, some people get lost back here. I'm like, thank you. That was very awkward. But she must have been a security person for, I guess this is an apartment building conversion. Yeah, Ford Center? Okay, maybe this is not an apartment building. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's just like an office. That used to be like a Ford something, because there was a water tower on top. I don't know what the Fillmore is. That's got to be a hotel, right? Very interesting Federal Credit Union. The Fillmore. What is this? Is this a hotel? The Fillmore, presented by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. No, that can't be right. Oh, it's live music. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's interesting. But yeah, this is the Minneapolis map. It still gets a lot of ridership, which is interesting. Government Center, again, is still the busiest line on the entire map. If I were to select on map, if I want to go from here to Stadium Village, 42 minutes. Interesting. That's pretty good. Right, if I want to go from the Burnsville Center to Stadium Village. Right now, if I wanted to drive from Burnsville Center to Stadium Village, it's like almost 40 minutes. So this is actually not terrible. If this was built in the real world, it would be comparably fast. Let's select on map. Go from there to, let's say, the Twins Stadium. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You'd have to transfer, let's say, to Viking Stadium. 24 minutes. Wow. That's... If I were to go from the Mall of America right now, of America to Vikings Stadium, if I were to drive, it would be about the same time. If I would take the light rail, it'd take about 30 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty competitive. It takes 23 minutes going back. Yeah, that's not bad. And then... yeah, this looks pretty good. Oh, how long have I been streaming for? About 2 hours, maybe? I think I'm gonna call it quits for now. I don't know when I'm gonna stream again. Hopefully soon. But hey, thanks for coming out to the stream, guys. I will see you all hopefully soon. And yeah, peace.